Coach Dale Neal, Freed-Hardeman, advancing to yet another Fab Four for the women's basketball team, Lady Lions. Coach, first comments about being the highest ranked team remaining in the bracket, and then also just getting to yet another Fab Four.
Yeah, every game, it doesn't matter what you're ranking. We all know that when you get to this point, all the teams are good, and you got to play well, or you end up going home. So we feel good about still being here.
Any specific things about this game in particular? Of course, it's a familiar team. Bethel, you've seen them twice this year. I think the 63rd meeting all time.
Well, I have a lot of respect for what Coach Nelson does with his team and how he's brought them around this year. They're strong players, and they're brutal on the boards. We knew we had to try to keep them off the boards as much as we could. And they've had 23 and 24 offensive rebounds the first two contests, and they've got shooters outside and strong kids inside. So it was a balanced attack, and I was just really pleased with what our players were able to do defensively.
You've had a few different players that have stepped up for you this tournament. Talk about them and the roles they've played this season, but also here in this tournament.
Well, we had last year, we graduated 3 All-Americans, and then we had our starting post get an ankle injury. We had our starting point guard tear an ACL, and our backup point guard homesick and went home. So we had to kind of restructure and reorganize. Some people playing in some cases out of position, in some cases a different position, not really out of position. They were capable of doing it. But we had to kind of reorganize and find out what our identity was and who we were. And we talked a lot about, like all of us coaches want people to play hard, play smart, and play together. And I never questioned how hard they play. They've always given me everything they had. But there were times that we just weren't playing together, and it wasn't like we were selfish. We just didn't understand and haven't bought into how we can help the other 4 on the court look good, and then play smart and just understand the game and read things and go from there. And I think this team has bought into that and really done a remarkable job in that area.
Dale, Bethel had a lot of trouble hitting the three-point shots. Did their struggles from outside help you all defend the inside the way you all did?
Well, yeah. I mean, we were trying to drop down and cover the post, and when you cover the post, you got some area to cover to get back out on the three-point shooters, and they did have a few open looks that we don't want to give them, but just the pure shooters, we try to run them off the line. We'll jump at the ball, and we drill a lot ourselves in that, because the first year we ever started drilling and jumping at three-point shooters, our percentage just dropped. It just plummeted. And it's something that if people aren't used to have somebody running jumping at them, it distraction, I think, probably drops you 20%. So I thought we covered in, doubled the post when we had the opportunity. Our rotations have been good in this tournament. When you drop in and you can't get back to the one you lost, and then you got to rotate and cover. But I think we've really done a good job of that. I told the girls I'd take back all those mean things I said about their defense at the first of the year.
How specifically did this game make you guys better for the next couple?
Well, like I said, it just everything, every possession, you want to do things so fundamentally sound. If you make a mistake, you want to analyze it and see what you can do that will, you process that information, how you can use that in the next possession to maybe not make the same mistake. It's not like we want to pound somebody for making mistakes, but we want to understand what they did and then adjust to that. And, we're not a UConn where we can just say, here we are and we're better than everybody in the world, and so come at us. We have to make adjustments. We guard teams differently. We guard individuals differently. And we try to give them a good scouting report and get them to understand what we've got to do with each player when we defend them.
What do you think about just the way Haley and Grace played overall on offense and defense today?
They played really well together. Grace is she's got so many weapons, and she's a hard matchup for a lot of people. She can defend all 5 positions. She can play all 5 positions. She's not a very good point guard really, but she can attack the basket. She rebounds well. She defends everybody well. And Haley, you just know what you're going to get from her every night. She's a workhorse, and last year she deferred to some of our other scorers. She scored about 7 points a game, and this year she's really stepped it up to where she's about 20 a game and a double-double almost every night. First 2 tournament nights, I think she had a double-double by half on each of those games. So they're just workhorses, And that's the thing I try to emphasize to the girls, that if you don't do anything else, you work hard and it'll make good things happen.
Kenley's not going to take as many shots as some of the others will, but have her, go across the lane, get a bucket, knock down a couple of threes. Has she developed the confidence like you like up to this point?
Kenley's really stepped up. We redshirted her freshman year, and that was a big plus for her. This is her third year, and she's a redshirt sophomore. But Kenley can go right and left. She probably goes left better than she goes right. She can take it to the basket. We're trying to get a little more rebounding out of her, and I think as she just plays more and more, she's going to get a lot better. But she's been a great asset to us. She doesn't turn the ball over. She's long. She can defend and hit that three. So yeah, when you got the three-point threat and the penetration, that makes you pretty valuable to the team.
Anything that Bethel struggled with today that you were surprised by or maybe especially pleased with?
No, it's just you never know how much of it you affect yourself and how much of it they just have bad games. But for us to lose this game, we felt like we would have to play a pretty poor game and they would have to play pretty well. And early in the year, I was a little concerned that for a team, we just had to hope a team would play bad instead of us making them play bad. And I think now we do a little better job of taking away some of their strengths and making them play at some of their weaknesses.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, Coach Dale Neal, thanks a lot.
Thank you.